It's just gone 5:15, and for those of you who have noted my Facebook entry last night at about 11:30 would realize that I am at the very Azaadi Chowk in Muzaffarabad, where our fellow citizens spent 84 days on the trot from the 25th of March till just a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, the early hours of Sunday morning, today being the 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th. Sunday the 16th, after 84 days, as explained in my blog at ajkpublicagency.org, the police pounced and took away the two citizens on duty as part of the Save Rivers, Save Muzaffarabad, Save Rivers, Save Our Lives movement, which has been able to surpass the activities of most other compatriots of the past 72 years. Now, I wanted to speak off the cuff because I've come to a very, very sensitive and a very, very important do or die, maybe a cliche, but I will revert to Pahari or Urdu at some point during this video. And let me just take you for a little bit of a 360-degree tour. What you see there around the middle of your screen is a bridge, a very well-built bridge, which is built by the Japanese and in fact donated by them as part of the reconstruction after the tragic earthquake of October the 8th, 2005. Now, if I move to the right in a clockwise fashion, there's an all-night 24-hour hotel which is very handy for a lot of those tourists coming from Pakistan, as I've noticed throughout the night. There's our vehicle with the white flag, and that's where I've spent the night from the time I arrived in Muzaffarabad at 11:30. And as explained, my heart and mind has been here even when I haven't actually been here myself. As a Central Press Club, there beyond the greenery, those thick trees, is the district administration, district courts, and which includes the police, which is always here on standby, close by. There's an advert from the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. There's Saheli Sarkar. There's the barbed wire or concertina wire, which was erected here very soon after those arrests in the early hours of Sunday morning. If you can notice in the middle of your screen now is the PC Hotel up on that hillock, which you can't quite make out, not as well as I can make out with my naked eye. And there was one thing I missed, which actually I couldn't notice, but if you see that dome there, that dome is of a abandoned mandir, which was as lively as Saheli Sarkar over there. Pre-47, Sitaram Mandir was the name. Now, many of you may remember that on the 10th of April last year, 2018, I wasn't allowed to sit here and conduct a hunger strike, which was provoked by the attitude of the AJK government towards Mahmoud Ahmad Musaffir, who marched along with 3 donkeys and a camel, a she-camel, from Bimber, the southernmost district of AJK, to Muzaffarabad last year. That victory sign that you see is, I'm told, in the direction of Srinagar, although I would say Srinagar is about in this direction, directly east of here. Now, I just want to go over very quickly the sensitivity of where we stand as the people of AJK. I've noticed that not only on social media, here throughout AJK and throughout the world, wherever our diaspora resides, and there are 8 main cities that we are focused on, namely London, Bradford, Manchester, New York, Geneva, Brussels, Vancouver. I hope I've made those 8 there. Now, the point is, can our people, I'm very impressed by the way the people have sprung up in aid of, or have raised their voice for the sake of Muzaffarabad, for the sake of the environment here, for the sake of the future of the people in this territory, and for the sake of the future of our relations between us and the Pakistani state, which has really dealt with this territory in the past 72 years as if no humans reside here. It is a black hole, and without me delving too deep into the work that's been carried out in the past 14 years in general and the past 10 years, I would say, since civil society, the concept of emerged here in AJK, and it's no coincidence that the inaugural Civil Society Forum was conducted here in Muzaffarabad. So, private interest and public interest. Can our people navigate? Can our people manage? Can our people blend the needs of us collectively, and can they avoid private interest at the cost of public interest? If we go back in time, or at least from the 16th century, when the Europeans started venturing out towards all 4 corners of the globe, this is something that they, despite being colonials and despite being very cruel and very selfish and very extractive, they themselves, as colonials, knew the distinction between private interest and public interest. Can we, as citizens or aspiring citizens living in a post-colonial, post-European colonial, and now we're our neighborhood, just like before the European colonials, we had the Afghans, we had the Mughals, and if we go before that, then obviously the beginning of the Muslim era, the Muslim ruling era in Kashmir, as it has been generally known, were essentially people who came from maybe what are today parts of Central Asia, and who then remained here, and we can say that the peak of that dynasty was Zain al-Abidin, who, by the time he came into power in 1420, he was, of course, naturalized. Just in the same way that people like Akbar of the Mughal era were naturalized Indians, and despite their beginnings or despite their origins being from Central Asia. I did say, मैंने कहा था कि मैं उर्दू पहाड़ी में भी कुछ कहूँगा, लेकिन 10 मिनट हुआ जा रहे हैं। और ये कुछ बातें मैंने कहनी थी कि मैं किसी ख़ास मकसद के लिए आया हूँ यहाँ पे, और जो दरिया बचाओ, मुज़फ़्फ़राबाद बचाओ की जो तहरीक है, उन दोस्तों ने तो अपने अंदाज़ में जो बेहतर है अपनी हिकमत में करना है, और मैं पूरी कोशिश करूँगा कि उनकी अमल में कोई दखल अंदाज़ी ना दूँ, ना ही मैं समझता हूँ कि मेरा तो हक़ बनता है। लेकिन मेरा दिल और दिमाग क्योंकि यहाँ पे है, पिछले साल 10 अप्रैल को मुझे यहाँ से उठाया गया, मुझे बैठने नहीं दिया गया, और फिर जब 25 मार्च को ये शुरू हुआ इस साल, यानी कि 1 साल के अंदर जो मेरा ख्वाब था वो पूरा हो गया, जो मुझे नहीं करना पड़ा। यहाँ मुज़फ़्फ़राबाद के गैर लोगों ने हक़ के मामलात अपने हाथ में लिए और उन्होंने अवामी मफाद को ज़ाती मफाद पर तरजीह दी, और हम दौड़े आए यहाँ पे तकरीबन 3 मई को, और हम यहाँ पे रहे 11 मई तक इसी जगह पे, यहीं पे जो टेंट था उसमें हम सोते रहे। तो जी जनाब, just have a companion here who may just be passing by, or he could be exactly what those clandestine people, as has been the norm or practice since the British era. So I was saying in Urdu that I've come here for a very specific purpose, although of course my previous visits have always been specific in certain senses. But I'm going to be in or around this place until whatever I've come to achieve is achieved. And I won't go into too much detail at this moment. I will wait for the response of the AJK government, if any is indeed forthcoming. And I have had some very pathetic experiences with the AJK government, which, just like the Pakistani government or the Pakistani state, is unwilling to come to terms with the 21st century and the global village and communications technology and transparency and accountability and meritocracy, etc., etc. I hope my friends will keep monitoring the situation as it progresses, and I will see you again, or I'm sure you'll hear of me again very shortly. Remember the terms. Remember that cliche, do or die. Thank you for watching.